find a way? How'd you like your group's ability to put some of those early turnovers behind them and find a way down the stretch to come away with a win tonight?
I mean, the fourth quarter is what did it. Plus 11 in that quarter. Down the back stretch, the defense, it carried us. Obviously we did not take care of the basketball like we should have. And here's the thing, you got to give Brooklyn a ton of daggone credit for how they played and how they guarded. They disrupted, they switched, they grabbed, they held, all those things, helped them, disrupt what we were doing. And we have to continue to find ways not to let the offense and what teams are doing to us impact the way we defend throughout the night.
What does it say about Franz where, he starts 1 for 6 from 3 and then hits 2 of the biggest shots for the night?
He steps up to the moment. And that's what it is. I mean, those guys were making winning plays. Like Franz hits the big shots. Desmond dives on the floor full court. I think plays like that, Jalen attacking the basketball, having 5 fouls and still not fouling out. Those little things, those little plays, they add up. And again, this was not a pretty game. This was not Magic standard basketball. 19 turns for 21 points. But like you just said, in this league, you have to find a way to win the game.
How important is it, especially kind of for this team, to be able to kind of take those hits and maybe fight through those frustrations to find a way to win a game like this?
It's huge. It's part of growing and part of getting better and understanding this league is they're coming at you every single night. I have to give Jordy and his group a ton of credit for how they played. Like they were disruptive, they were aggressive, they were physical, they set the tone. And as we continue to move forward, understanding how we need to play each and every single night.
Coach, you talk about players stepping up by committee. Tristan was inserted tonight, 5 of 9 from deep, 22 points, was part of that 11-0 run at the end. What can be said about his growth at this point?
It's just how we've asked him to play, coming from, being this year winning it over there with the German team. His level of confidence, grew. And that's what we've asked him to do. Not afraid of those big moments, not afraid to make plays. And that's what we'll continue to need from him. The swagger that he plays with, we're going to continue to need that from him.
Paolo gets to the line pretty frequently, and it shows in the box score that you're not getting to the line as often as you are when he's on the court. How do you adapt from not having him on the court and creating those opportunities for you?
I think you just got to continue to find ways. You draw 2, you got to find the open man. And I think those are parts of, as the defense collapses, you're not trying to rake up to get fouls, but you got to go in there aggressively, physically, and if they blow the whistle, they do. If they don't, you got to continue to make the right play and go in to finish, whether you get in contact or not.
Tyus was scoreless again tonight. I know it's not all about scoring for him, but what would you like to see from him offensively moving forward after he's, kind of a slow
What I liked
start?
from Tyus tonight was that he, was able to run that second unit in a good portion of it. It doesn't have to be about scoring every time. It has to be about making the right play. Transition break, he probably had 2 behind him, could have gotten the block, he kicks it back out, we make the play. Like, that's a winning play. So whether he scores 2, 10, 0, he's trying to find ways to help this team win, and that experience and that leadership for our team is going to be very important as we go down the stretch.
You mentioned before the game that you guys are playing for the process, not the results, and you mentioned earlier that this was not up to the Magic standard. How do you kind of show that, or how do you kind of square that with this group as you guys aim for something bigger this year?
You go back and you look at all the turnovers. You understand how you did it, what it's coming from. Is it coming from spacing? Is it coming from holding the ball? Is it coming from not taking the shot? Is it just errant passes? You have to continue to look at all those things. And when we don't turn it over, we're a really good team. When we sit down and guard like we do in the fourth quarter, we're a really good team. And I think you have to go back and look at those things. That's the part of the process. How do you do that on a consistent basis?
Thank you, Coach.
Thank you all. Appreciate it.